So I thought, I got. So you're Italian?
Yeah.
Nice. Same.
Yeah.
I got that Italian. A lot of people mispronounce my last name, but it's Crescioni. But a lot of people say Crescioni, but it's that C. What are you?
Are we rolling?
Yeah, we've been rolling. So
cool.
You played in. I'm just curious about what you've done in the past, because I mean I don't know that much about your musical history. So I'm just curious, like what have been like your favorite projects you've been a part of?
Wow, there's so many. To name a few, going back to the let's say late 90s, early 2000s, I'd probably say that I was in a band called Tangerine, which had a lot of notoriety around town. For about 2 years I did that, and we did the whole, Hollywood thing, and it was sold out. We started a club called Cream that turned into the Pretty Ugly Club back in the day.
Cream,
yeah.
Nice.
And we would sell it out consecutively every weekend, and we had a really big following, and it went real well. And then the wheels kind of fell off. Then I jumped in with this girl named Shawnee Smith, who was an actress. She was in the Saw movies and had some TV notoriety. And we toured, and we played all over Southern California. We did 3 tours. We did 2 Southern tours, and we did a tour of the UK. I did that for a couple of years, and no record deal. It just all, it's backing up. Tangerine had a financial backer. We never secured we did a record, but we just never could secure a major deal.
And what kind of music was that?
That was pop. That was a pop band. It was kind of Beatle-esque, hard, heavy pop band. Real great songwriting. Really, really good. And it should have happened, but it was just one of those things where it was a great band, but it just outside of LA, it was a tough market at that time, because that's when the Limp Bizkit thing was happening, and rap metal was real big outside of LA.
That new metal boom.
Yeah, that new metal boom. $5 Ho did really well, but unfortunately, once again, we did it for a couple of years. Robert Trujillo was involved from Metallica.
Wow.
He helped us. He wasn't in Metallica at the time. He was in Ozzy at the time, and he helped us a lot with securing connections and different things. And I got to play with him, which is fun. Not to name drop, but it was definitely an honor to play with him. And then from there, moving into the 2000s, I was in a band that was on Cleopatra Records.
Nice.
Called Jet 68. And I did that for a couple of years, and it could have did well. Unfortunately, we had management that came in and started making all these demands from the label, and the owner of the label, Brian, it just wasn't going for it. And so he decided to tear up the contract and let us have the record, and it just we can never secure a major deal. So once again, did it till the wheels fell off. And then moving through the 2000s, I toured a lot. I did a lot of touring. I was in a band out of Orange County. It was kind of a Burning Man type, band where we wore costumes and we had stage names, and we played Burning Man, and we toured. I did that for 2-3 years, and we just toured and toured and toured and toured. We West Coast and the South, and West Coast and the South, and it was a lot of fun. I did that for about 3 years, and then
what was the name of that band?
That was called the OBB. OBB out of Orange County, and then after that, we're into. Then I joined I toured with a country band for 2 or 3 months.
Nice.
Did that. Came off the road, and then I had some downtime where I kind of was going through a period where I joined this. I went through a bunch of bands. I was in a band called Caterpillar for a while, and I was just trying to find my way. You do that. I went through a kind of a dry period.
Yeah.
And then I started to get into the tribute band scene. I joined a Kiss tribute band called Gods of Thunder. I joined a Black Sabbath tribute band, and we did really well. Actually, the Kiss tribute band did really, really well. And it's funny, I'm still actually doing it after 12 years I've been doing it.
The Kiss
tribute band, yeah.
Nice.
But we don't leave the house unless there's a certain dollar amount attached to it, because we do the big show, and it's a long day, and it's a lot of work. I mean, I don't know how they did it back in the early days when they would travel around in a car and drive all over the country. I just don't, because it's a lot of work to do it.
Yeah,
but I did really well in that, and I've continued to do well. We got a really nice casino gig in October in Arizona.
Sick.
And I'm driving out there on Halloween, and that was real busy for a long, long time, years and years. We were playing 2-3 times a month, and I was making really great money doing it. And but just the clubs things started to change, and it just became where certain members of the band didn't want to. Everybody lives so far away from each other. We never really rehearsed that much. Certain members of the band just said, if I'm going to do this, I have to make this much money to do it. So, it wasn't, it's not like, we couldn't go out for $100 a man. It was just a certain dollar amount attached to it because of the big show and everything. So that's still going, but it's just maybe we played twice this year, and we got a gig in Halloween. Fast forwarding to getting into things started to really, I got out of Hollywood for it was like 3 years where I just wasn't really doing anything in Hollywood at all. The bands I was playing in were playing like Orange County, and it really wasn't the Hollywood thing. And then in 2013, I hooked up with a band called Rebel Hotel, and me and Ricky hit it off, and off we went, and we just started playing like crazy all over town. From like 13 to about 16, we just played everywhere. We would go to the Tiki Bar. We would go to Characters out in Pomona. We would go to, we'd play the Whiskey and the Roxy and the Viper Room and the Rainbow, and just made the rounds. And the following was good and everything was good, but it just, the band never really broke up. Our bass player left, and we tried to get a new bass player, but it just wasn't the same without Sato. That's the name of the bass player. It just wasn't the same. We tried to recapture it. It just the wheels had once fallen off, and we still do gigs here and there. And then so when that band kind of, I don't want to say broke up, but we kind of went on hiatus. Then I kind of went on. Some people refer to it as the band horror circuit. I've been accused of that before, but I love to play drums. Drums is what I do. That's what I like to play. I joined Nightmare, Nick Fuco's thing. He wanted me to do something. I joined a band called Carrera, Ruby's thing, and I played. There's another band called Icky Baby that I joined, and I'm still doing that.
I haven't heard of them. What kind of music is that?
That's kind of a really great band. 2 girls and myself and another guy, Adam, Tony, Alex, and myself. And it's a great band. It's original music. We do some covers, but Tony's got a fabulous voice. She's a really good singer, and they're all really great people. And the music's like straight ahead. It's hard to put a finger on. She's got this Janis Joplin, a young girl, like a Janis Joplin kind of a punk rock thing going, and it's just a really original voice. Just trying to find a home with it. You know what I mean? It's just in this market, and the state of the record business, if there is even a business, we're just out playing and having a good time with it.
Nice.
And what else am I doing? I'm doing a band called Bad Planet that I do. It's a metal band. A friend of mine, Steve Flores, it's his band, and we don't play that much. We might play 3 times a year. It's kind of a tough market as far as it's not, the LA live music scene is real limited. We're not part of the Bar Sinister, thing.
Yeah.
We're not part of that Hollywood thing at all. It's not that kind of band. We're more
what kind of style is it then?
Straight ahead, old school kind of metal. It's metal. I get to play a lot of double bass, which I can't really do in any other band that I play in, and we practice regularly, and it enables me to practice metal, playing metal, because I don't get to play double bass. It's the only band that I drag my double bass pedal out on, because I don't get to do that. So I'm doing that, and I'm doing I just started a couple new things. I got this Beach Boys sounding thing that I'm kind of getting the wheels greased up on. This guy, it's the guitar player's husband of the Icky Baby, and he's got like a Beach Boys Beatles thing that I've gotten in a room with him a couple of times, and he's been working up a set, and it's been going good, and so I'm staying busy. And I've done some sub gigs. There's a band called Girl Failure that they have a drummer, but they call me when their drummer can't make it. I just don't say no to anything. If somebody needs a drummer, I play drums. I love to learn new songs. I love to play, and so I play. It's just that simple. I just believe in, you're only gonna be as good as much as you play, and I practice all the time, and I have a V-drum kit in my garage. I get up at 8 o'clock every day.
Nice.
And I go out there and I read music, and I play the click track, and I practice double bass, and before I go to work, and then when I come home, I practice some more. So I'm just I just love it, It's yes, it would be great to land a real, a great, a gig where, like friends of mine, they're, doing the LA Guns thing and the Faster Pussycat thing, and, out there making money doing that. And it would be great to do that. Being on the road all the time, I do, I've, it's kind of I've done it. It's it's fun to do. A lot of commitment there. I enjoy doing it. An opportunity presents itself, I'd cross that bridge when I get to it, so to speak. So
yeah, I like that you're staying active, and you rehearse and you practice on your own time, because a lot of people I know that are they're in projects or in bands. They only practice when they have rehearsal. I guess it depends on where you are with your career. I guess that's fine, but I like that. Like you said, you get up in the morning and you jam before work. That's pretty nice. Yeah. Yeah, like my friend. Do you know Jordan? He's a drummer. He played in Society One with me at the time, but now he plays in the doom metal band Yidra. Do you know them?
No, I'll have to check them out.
But yeah, he has a similar drive as you. Like he likes to play in a lot of, he's played in a lot of bands, but he just loves playing drums so much that he'll just he just loves jamming. And I like that, because there's some people that they want to be in as many bands as possible, but for all the wrong reasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, what are the reasons? What are the wrong? I'm curious what the wrong reasons are.
Like, for example, like you and my friend Jordan, when an opportunity comes up and it's like, yeah, you like the music and you just want to play drums, so you take it. But there's some people that they want to get in bands just to be seen, not because they really love the music or not because they love playing their instrument. They just want to be seen and be known, and you can tell.
I don't need that.
Yeah,
I like to kind of be in the back. I do my thing behind my kit, but yeah, I don't. No, that's not why I'm doing it.
Of course.
I do it because I love to play, and I love playing different styles of music.
Yeah.
And as long as everybody's cool, there's no drama. I'm no drama. I'm like so responsible. I show up on time. I'm good on stage. There's no behavior problems. And I'm reliable, and I just love what I do. I love doing it, and I love playing different styles. The reason why I'm looking on my phone here is because I want to make sure I didn't leave anybody out. No. Yeah, and I play in a Black Sabbath tribute band too as well, called Blacker Sabbath.
Nice.
And that's really cool. The only thing is we can't find any gigs.
Wow,
there hasn't
really?
been any gigs. No, yeah,
that's surprising.
We've been. It's really hard right now to find, because a lot of clubs are just places are closing down, and it's just getting real thin. So, but that band is we went through some guitar player changes, and we're trying to get some gigs, but we'll just have to see what happens. So. But I love to play, and that's the thing. And just playing is my passion, and I just love to do it, And I'm open to anything. I mean, if I won't just I gotta like the music. I mean, that's the thing. I won't jump into something that I hate. I don't like the music. I have to like it. But so far, everybody that's asked me to do something, I've liked the music and I've liked the people, and I went and I did it.
Nice.
And I'm doing it.
Yeah.
People ask me all the time, how can you, like my next door neighbor, he's a guitar player, and he's like, how do you remember all these songs? I just multitask, and I give 150%. Whatever I'm doing, everybody asks me, what's your favorite band? I don't have a favorite. When I'm in the room with you, you're my favorite at the time. And I give everything I got to that situation. And when I walk out the door, I just, I take home my homework, what I got to work on. And then if I got to, sometimes I do 2 rehearsals in a night. I have to do a 7 to 9 at AMP. And then I got to jump over to Van Nuys and do a 9:30 to 11:30,
Wow.
And I don't mind, I just get fueled up. I do some calisthenics and go over there and I knock it out,
What do you, to get ready for rehearsals or for gigs? Like, what do you do? Do you have a juice, a smoothie, energy drink? What's your thing? What's your thing?
I work out. I like to run on the treadmill and stuff. I just like to keep myself in shape.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing. I do a lot of running and working out and I'm playing all the time. Ever since I got that Roland V drum kit, I got this Roland V drum kit, man. I got it just last year, and it is one of the best investments I ever made in my life, man. Because I live in a house, and I can't play live drums in the house.
Right.
So I can never practice. And like you were saying, the only time I could practice would be if I was in a room with a band. Now, it's just, it's a low grade model. It's not the freaking bells and whistles. It has 50 drum kits in it, and I can practice all the time. And it's just, usually that's what I do now. Like before a gig, I'll warm up on that for half an hour, 45 minutes, and then I roll into the gig and I'm ready to go.
Perfect.
So,
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you have a rehearsal tonight. Who are you jamming with?
Tonight is Carrera at AMP. Yeah, we got a great new singer. We got Karina Klein. She's a really good singer. You probably know Karina, big mohawk girl. She has a big mohawk.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, she's a great singer, and we've been through a lot of singers. Ruby's been through a lot of singers. It's his gig, but she's doing really great. She's never in a band before, and she's doing great. And we're playing. Where are we playing? We're playing at Skinny's on the 13th, I think, with Chris and some kind of Sinister. We're always playing with some bar Sinister or something or other, So,
July 13th?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
July 13th.
Yeah, man. How long have you known Ruby? I've
known Ruby a long, long time. I've been, I kind of reconnected with him when I joined Rebel Hotel. It was, Rebel Hotel was like the start of my journey in Hollywood, essentially, chapter, I joined Rebel Hotel, and then he wanted me to do some gigs with him because his drummer, he was having drummer problems like crazy, and people were flaking out on rehearsals. He drives a tight ship. Got to be on time for rehearsal. He likes to rehearse. And so he was having trouble. But in the last, I've been playing with him about the last 4 or 5 years.
Nice.
4 years.
Yeah, I've known him for a bit, and he's just, every time I see him, he's such a nice dude, such a nice guy.
He's a good guy, real passionate about his plan, and there's nobody's getting a record deal here. Even though he's had some stuff, he had some stuff years ago with some of his songs, some stuff that he had on typical CD Baby and all that, But we just do it because we love to do it, and he does the show and all that, and
that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah.
So what about during when you're in Rebel Hotel? When did you meet Aaron? When did he come in?
Aaron, well, Rebel Hotel. Oh boy, man, there was a lot of people in that band. When I joined the band, it's the first round. We had Aaron was actually, to make it a short story, was our third guitar player. No, we had this guy named Troy for a gig, and then we had this guy named Enrique for about 6 months, and then we had Gabe for a year, and then Gabe left, and we got Aaron in 16. Mm-hmm. And Aaron was great, man. He's a great player and a good guy. I really like his Killing Candace band. It's a really good band. I just saw them at the 5-Star Bar, and
I was going to go to that.
They were really good, man. I was really impressed. I was like, wow, this is really good.
Nice.
Really good.
Yeah, they played great. I saw them at I stopped by their PD's Place gig a month ago.
I wanted to go to that. I didn't go, but yeah, it's really good. I'm proud of him, man. He worked hard on it, and he's continuing to work hard. He had Kyle Cunningham filmed the video. Mm-hmm. Great guy. I love Kyle.
He's also
and he's a really good drummer.
Yeah.
Plays in Fast Times and some other bands, and Aaron's great, man. So Aaron came on board for a long time, and then he just ran its course, man. We lost our bass player, and then things just got really weird after that. So, yeah.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
It's cool to hear, the different stories, because, we've run into each other a bit, mainly at, I think most of the time at Skinny's, but, other places here and there, I think.
Yeah. But I saw you Crazy Girls and Loaded,
the Society one stuff, man.
I love Society one, man.
That was the last show I played with Society one at Crazy Girls.
The one guy moved, right? The big guy,
Dirk,
he moved. Mm-hmm. I played in a band with him for a minute, long time ago.
What band?
I don't remember the name, but I had to go pick him up in Hollywood. I picked him up, and I did a couple of rehearsals. The guy was from Bakersfield, and we tried to put a band together, but it just never got off the ground. But he was a good player, man. Good guy too.
Well, is there anything you want to plug, and what projects you're working on now? Or?
No, just I went over the mall. I got a gig this Friday with Icky Baby in Ventura with a couple of metal bands. I don't know how that's gonna go. And then the next thing I got is the Skinny's gig with Carrera in July. And then that band. It's funny. I'm going to Oklahoma to do a reunion gig with that OBB band. We do a reunion gig in a different city every year. Because we had a pretty good following, nationwide following. It wasn't bad. They had some college radio airplay, and they had that whole Burning Man. That's like a whole subculture, the Burning Man people,
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
And so every city we would go in, we'd have people coming to see us from that whole scene. And but yeah, I got that. And then what else do I have going on? I got let's see, July, August. Nothing really going on in August right now. Got a couple things brewing, but nothing really happening. Halloween's all booked up, though. Got Halloween covered.
Nice.
Yeah, I got the Gaza Thunder is going to be at a casino in Arizona on Halloween. And then I got the Rainbow I'm doing 3 bands. I'm going to do Nightmare, Carrera, and Icky Baby at the Rainbow. So that's going to be packed, though. It's always packed, and it's always a blast, man.
So fun. Do you do session work? If anyone wants to hire you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm always open, and I learn songs fast, and I learn them exactly how the artist want, however you want them, the feel, and what you want out of the drumming on it. I'm real open about ideas and easy to work with. I give people what they want. How do you want it? Do you want it behind? You want it on top? You want a lot of fills? You would not want a lot of fills. I can play to a click, like nobody's business, and I'm always down to do that. Absolutely.
So if someone wants to hit you up, do you have Instagram or Facebook or website?
Website. I got Instagram and Facebook.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's how you.
And I have video footage. If somebody wants to see me play, I can send them video footage. No problem.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, dude, I really appreciate you coming by and checking out the space. Okay. Finally. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. You got a great studio here, Alex.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Hopefully I can get you some business, man.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Hey, likewise, and get you some as well. Because I know a lot of bands, and sometimes people, need a session drummer for the studio or something for live. So
yeah. Absolutely, 100%, man.
Cool.
All right, brother.
Cheers.
Cool.